Oh, another Joker.
So, okay, let's talk about this scene first, okay? So this was a deleted scene that Matt Reeves released, and he teased this long ago. He talked about that. He had another scene, which was this one in the movie, but he cut that out, and he said that he was gonna release it after the movie, which he did. And now we finally got to see it. There was like 5 minutes of it, and I was not expecting the scene to be that long. I thought it would just be as short as the other one that was in the movie. Look, firstly, I would say I I am I'm a fan of Barry Keoghan now. He's pretty good. I think all his roles he has been amazing. Killing of a sacred deer, he was awesome in that.
I haven't seen that one. I
Dude,
haven't seen
that
that
is
one yet.
amazing. That is an amazing movie.
I think it's on Netflix. So I'm going to check it out pretty soon. But I haven't seen that. I've only seen him in Irish kind of an Irish TV show on a movie before Eternals and Batman.
Yeah, so he's pretty good, dude. Like, there's even Penguin in that movie, Colin Farrell. So you should definitely check it out
Yeah.
because it's regarded as one of the best movies by people who actually like thrillers and horror movies. So yeah, it's definitely really creepy. So yeah, you should definitely check it out. But back to his Joker, I was really looking forward to it. Seeing his design, his acting, his performance, and all that. And the scene that we saw in the movie, I actually liked the scene. Although I thought that that scene should have been, either the post-credit scene or should have been cut entirely because even though I liked his performance in that scene, even though I liked the scene, I thought it kind of didn't fit in the movie, at least in the place that it was shown. So yeah, I was really looking forward to his performance, and now we finally see it. I actually really like it. I thought his design was pretty good. The burnt skin, and his he had this birth defect that he always kind of smiles. Um, so that was a pretty interesting touch because it's also similar to something that Leto did in Zack Snyder Justice League. The cross smile. He kind of always has this now, so it's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. He's also a young Joker, which finally, we have Jared Leto Joker was also young, but he's also young, so I'm interested in that aspect as well. He also is a bit a bit less chaotic than the other Jokers. He rationally talks to Batman, even in his crazy jokes and stuff. He was being a little bit friendly. I like all these characters in this, and I thought this made him very unique. And people might say that his design is kind of similar to Heath Ledger's Joker, and I can see that he could have played a younger version of that Joker, but I see this as a completely different performance from that. The way he is acting, the way he is, moving. I see more of Barry in him, you know? Like with the other Jokers, you rarely see the actor in the character. Maybe Jared Leto showed some of his, in the character, but even here I see more of Barry than the Joker. So I feel that this is an evolving process. So I feel that, as we see him in the sequels, he will actually do more stuff with him design wise or acting wise or performance wise, whatever. I think he'll just build more and more. I think this is just the start of what we are seeing. I don't think this is actually the fully formed Joker yet. And
Hmm.
even though that's the case, I still really liked it. I loved his laugh. That was just perfect. Um, the only issue I had with the scene was okay. I had two issues with the scene. The first one being immediately the audio was shit because it kind of was. It was supposed to be that way because he's sitting inside this, prison, and it's supposed to not be audible much. But if you he's already being, mumbly and like that, so you cannot really muffle his voice that much. But again, that's not a non-issue because that wasn't in the movie, so that's fine. Maybe they didn't work on his audio, and maybe in the movie they would have done that. But the second issue I had with the scene was Batman kind of felt very dumb. Uh, it felt like he just wanted to pass the time, so he just went to Joker and talked to him instead of actually getting information. Because I get the concept of why he went to Joker. He wanted to get his perspective because he thinks that he's also a serial killer, so he must know what the other guy is thinking. So I get that. But Joker literally read the file and said to him exactly how the movie played out. And that I think would have taken away from the movie. And Batman is just came off as stupid in that scene. But I did like their dynamic, the way they were talking, the way Joker was with Batman, the way Batman was talking to him, the way he was looking at him. I thought I it felt to me like this was a little bit of a friendly interaction, if you know what I mean. Um, Similar to the Leto and Batfleck one that we had, because usually it just goes violent, aggressive, and they just hate each other so much. But these two were just playing off each other, right? They were just making fun of each other sometimes and stuff like that. So I like that kind of thing. And yeah, I actually really liked his Joker.
Yeah, and you said a good thing there. Like it could change. You could have an evolution to it. Like this scene isn't canon,
Yes.
so and we don't really get to see him much in the actual scene in the movie. It's very kind of it's in the dark and stuff. So his look could change for the sequels.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't have to stay the same at all because it's not canon. It's a deleted scene. And they look at the internet, they look at feedback and stuff like that. So they might change it. They might not give him the messed up mouth and stuff. They might just change it to a normal mouth and just maybe make a smile, scars around his face, something like that. Because he is very hard to look at.
Mm-hmm.
And you look, Jared Leto's Joker is well in Suicide Squad was very sexy and a six pack and stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know. And Joaquin Phoenix's character was pretty cool. He was well dressed. He had the hair, you know, the cigarette. He was cool. And Heath Ledger's Heath Ledger. Jack Nicholson is Jack Nicholson. But like the only actor for me that has fully kind of been lost in the role is Heath Ledger. Like to this day, when I'm watching The Dark Knight, I can never. I know it's Heath Ledger playing him, but I can never see Heath Ledger in the character
Yeah.
ever. Never. Jack Nicholson, I can. Jared Leto, I can. Barry Keoghan, I definitely can. I can see Barry Keoghan
Yep.
in makeup. But that's not their fault as actors. It's just Heath Ledger's just
Yeah.
he's the best. He was the best at doing the character. My favorite characters of all time are Batman and Joker. And people complain that we don't need another Joker. Like we don't need another Batman. And like these characters are intertwined together. You you need them. You need them together. I'm not interested in any Batman story that doesn't feature the Joker somewhere. He doesn't have to be the main villain. He doesn't have to be in every scene. He doesn't have to be even the main villain of the Batman 2 or 3. But he has to be somewhere. He has to be always there. He always has to be kind of a punching bag for Batman in a way. And this he was because Batman goes to him and he's like he thinks that Joker can help him. So I'm not saying like Barry Keoghan can be in Batman 2 and 3. He can be a side character like Penguin or even less. He just needs to exist in the world of Batman
Yep.
because the characters are very, very similar as well. And I think this scene should have been in the movie because for me, I said this after I watched the movie. The movie was missing that oh my god, wow moment. Could you imagine sitting there and then Barry Keoghan showed up with the Joker and we get this 5 minute long scene? Very intense, very interesting, breaking down a lot of things. He takes the what's it called on the paperclip. He takes the paperclip. Like little details like that. That's pretty cool. The actual movie was missing that for me. The Riddler Batman scene was cool. The Penguin chase sequence was cool, but it was missing that wow moment, and that was it right there. And people were saying, yeah, it might ruin the movie or it's too similar to the Riddler um, scene. But I think it's actually important because it shows how manipulative and how thought provoking this Joker is, how smart this Joker is. He read that file, he knew straight away what the Riddler was like.
Mm-hmm.
And also that comes back around the end of the movie. Joker's not just being friends with Riddler just because he's lonely and needs a friend. The
Yeah.
Joker looks at the Riddler as a way out of Gotham or a way out of Arkham. he's gonna use the Riddler. The Riddler is a damaged personality. He's mentally ill, and Joker's already saying to him, "People love a comeback." You know, so
Yeah.
he's gonna use the villains around Gotham City for his own benefit. And Joker seems friendly to Batman, but at his first chance he gets, he'll get out of Arkham and he'll cause havoc for Batman. He will, and that's what I think was interesting about that scene. Is this Joker is very smart, and he might just be smarter than Batman because this Batman is still learning, and this Batman is a little bit dumb at times,
Yep.
especially in this scene where he comes to Joker
World's
for help.
greatest detective.
Yeah, yeah, but he's a younger Batman, so he's learning his trade. But yeah, Joker, I think this scene should have been in the movie because it sets up a lot for the future movies and also the ending of the movie. And Barry Keoghan's Joker, I see Barry Keoghan, but it's only a few minutes scene. You get give him a movie and we'll see how well he does. The laugh is pretty good. The interaction was pretty good. He looks scary. It's a very different Joker from anything we've ever seen before. He's very hard to look at, especially his mouth area, which is scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a smaller Joker as well. Like, he's a small guy, so I'm interested to see how that goes because Robin Pattinson's a big guy. So
Exactly.
like,
I love that.
will it? Will this be like? Will he? Can he fight Batman at all, or is it all going to be a mental game? Is it all going to be like that? So yeah, I'm very intrigued to see Barry Keoghan return as the Joker, and I think the scene should have been in the movie, or they should have shot a different scene where he was in the movie like this, or a different version of this interrogation scene or this interview scene, because the end scene with Riddler, it did seem out of place, and it seemed very dramatic. It seemed very kind of over the top at the end.
Yeah.
This is a comic book movie. Guys act like comic book characters. So that's what it kind of felt like. It wasn't really the same as the movie that came before.
Yeah.
But yeah, 5 minutes, cool. He took the paperclip, and that's awesome. So he's obviously going to use that for something. But he's using the Riddler at the end of the movie as well, and he knows what buttons to push with the Riddler because he's read his file. I think that should have been kept there. That could have been interesting, and it
But
shows how smart Joker is.
yeah. But don't you think that having this scene in there would have A made people less interested in the rest of the story after this amazing scene? And B um feel even more underwhelmed by what goes on in the third act because he kind of, says exactly the same
Maybe
thing
with
that
a
happens.
Yeah, well, maybe. But a great
That's
scene is a
true.
great scene.
If
It's
you just
it's really
end the movie in the middle, it's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Like um like that this scene with the Joker is it probably should be your best scene when the Batman and the Joker meet.
Yeah.
And if you're going to use the Joker, use the Joker. If not, don't use him. Don't have him at the end of the movie at all. Don't have him in this one.
Yeah.
Keep him for the next one. But if you're going to use the
See, that I
Joker,
will agree with you.
use him.
If they were gonna use that, they should have put both scenes in.
Yeah. And like people love the Joker. Walking Phoenix a billion, Heath Ledger, Oscar, Jared Leto, his analytics online of the Joker.
Oscar actor.
Maybe it's bad. Yeah, maybe it's bad as well at times. But the Joker's an attraction. Gets people talking.
Yeah.
And I think this could have been a big thing guess what? To even push this towards a billion. Because the Joker's in it. Word of mouth. You have to go see it. The Joker pops up. The Joker and Batman have a scene. You know? Because the Joker has a lot of weight to himself. And the Joker has proved that he doesn't need Batman all of the time to make a billion.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix did it. Suicide Squad was a big hit with Joker. So yeah, I would have kept the scene because it is a really interesting scene, and it's the Joker and it's the Batman interacting with each other. I don't think it's as good as Jared Leto Ben Affleck in the Snyder Cut or as good as the Dark Knight one, but it doesn't need to be. It's still a really cool interaction, and I think it would have had a lot of people excited in the theater, probably jaw dropped as well because of how fucked up his face looks. And maybe they could have changed the dialogue a little bit where Joker doesn't exactly predict what's going to happen at the end of the movie, but maybe change it slightly to show he is still very smart, this Joker, and he can. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes going down the line. And you know what? I would actually like to see this Joker explored in the Arkham series that's coming. Even for an episode. I think that would be very interesting. So hopefully they do something like that. I think Matt Reeves did hint that they would love to do something with the Joker.
Yep.
like that. But yeah, well, look, he's. I don't know if Barry Keoghan's going to be a great Joker or not, but he's invested into him, and he has to stay with him now, and he has
I
to give
know.
him good
He's
material.
gonna be great.
Yeah, he's going to be the best. But no, he could be the best, but we haven't seen enough yet. It's only a 5 minute scene.
Yes.
The audio wasn't that great. Batman seemed weird in that scene. Maybe they shot it early in production or something like that. Because I think he was cast pretty early. Like it wasn't like he came onto the production late. Barry Keoghan. He was like there from near enough the start. So maybe they shot this before Robin Pattinson fully got into his Batman mode. So that's why he seemed a
Hmm.
little bit off in that scene because they shot it so early in the production and COVID delayed stuff and like that. So maybe that's the case why Batman just seemed a little bit off in that scene. Or maybe Robin Pattinson was just phoning it in because this scene's going to get cut. So I don't, I'm not going to bother. But, yeah, it's
But
cool.
yeah, and I also think that one another interesting thing about this Joker is I think this Batman actually pities him a lot. So when you said that he's very small and Batman is very tall, and would he fight Batman or anything? I don't think they will fight at all, in the sequel. And I think that's perfect. You can have him just in the background, you know fucking up Batman's plans or something when he's on another mission, with against another villain or something like that. So that would be actually really cool. But him just playing mind games and all that, and because Batman pities him because of his condition or how he's not too evil yet, at least, maybe Batman doesn't feel that aggressive against him, and might also use him because he is very smart. So I wouldn't be surprised if their interactions in the future aren't too violent. Like this Batman can easily, grab him by the collars and lift him up, and I can see him doing that, and he's just laughing and he just puts him down or something. So I don't think they would fight or anything, but the mental fighting would be amazing to watch.
Yeah, I think this Joker will build himself up more confidently. I think he's playing off Batman in a way, I just think he's very smart. I think
Yeah.
eventually Joker's not the biggest villain around right now. He's not the king of Gotham, but he's getting there. He's going to use all these other villains as stepping stones and eventually be the main, the clown prince of crime, the king of Gotham City in terms of the villains. And I think he'll, in the end, be the ultimate villain for Batman. So, yeah, let's go for it. Let's see how it goes. We have an Irishman playing the Joker, so that's awesome. Man.
Yeah.
When I first found out about this scene months ago, this is what I was described was a scene like this between the two characters. And I'm glad we got to see it. So it was cool that they actually.
You were the first
some
one
movies.
to get the scoop. And
Well, yeah, I just didn't see it,
dude.
Yeah, but I have pictures. I couldn't find them, but I posted like pictures of the look that Barry Keoghan's Joker has on Twitter, just with no caption. I can't find them now, but that the face kind of scarred around his mouth and the hair and Arkham. I forget the comic book artist, but it's pretty spot on. And Barry Keoghan said he spent like 4 hours in makeup, prosthetics for this look,
Damn.
which is interesting because that's the same time that the Penguin Colin Farrell
Yeah.
is in the chair too. So yeah, they put a lot of work in, and I think Barry Keoghan's he's a fantastic actor. So
Yep.
I want to see him get more time to breathe with the role.
Yeah, I'm really glad about that as well, especially because it's him. Like I said, I loved him in the roles that I've seen him in. And he's definitely got a big future ahead of him. He's now in Marvel and DC both. So let's hope the Eternals sequel gets made because that movie did not do well.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But look, it's this is a different movie, a different feel, and Matt Reeves he's only learning as well. Remember, Batman Begins wasn't the greatest Batman movie. It's still good.
This movie made, I think, thrice that of Batman Begins.
Yeah,
Or
I'm saying in
twice.
terms of like Dark Knight, this movie could be the Batman
Yes.
Begins for the Batman 2 to be the Dark Knight.
Exactly.
That's what I'm kind of saying. So we'll see how it goes. 'Cause
Exactly.
they have to play the game with the studios first time around. I think you get even more freedom second time around because the movie did so well.
Yeah, I agree.